Hello there! Merry Christmas! Hot Frosty? Merry Christmas to everybody out there watching today. This is a last minute video, hence why it's not a Christmas background. Although Santa is chilling. I got that at the Christmas party for work. And I figured out Santa's chilling back there between Goku and Rocky. So he's taking his time. So, to celebrate Christmas, besides eggnog, I figured we gotta do what we do. We gotta talk about Christmas movies. That's right, Christmas movies. You know, every year on Halloween, I do 31 on 31. I took that concept that Cody Leach and our top stream guys did. Yeah, kind of made my own. Although they're starting to go their own way with it. It's similar to mine, but I still kind of went my own way. And I got a thought over the weekend, which is why this is taking so long for me to get to. I was so tired last night after I got home that I just decided to wait till today. And then I'm still kind of tired because I was actually up pretty late last night despite being very tired when I got home. It was really weird. I was up to like 3 o'clock in the morning even though I was tired. How does that work? Anyway, this guy need more eggnog. So anyway, so what I'm doing is it's 25 on 25. Ranking 25 Christmas movies. Yes. I have a couple of criteria. One, and I need to not only have seen them, but reviewed them. And two, I have to have owned them. So, unfortunately, you're not going to get Black Christmas from 1974, or even the 2006 one, Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2, P2, those that would have made this list better. Maybe I'll buy those and next year I'll do a better one with those in it. Who knows? But I feel like this list is pretty good. I'm going to name off all the movies that are in this, okay? And then I'm going to rank them. So we have Christmas with the Cranks, which I've spelled wrong. Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Scrooged. Christmas Vacation. Jack Frost 1998. Christmas Bloody Christmas. Jingle All the Way. Die Hard. Yes, it's a Christmas movie. Shut up. Holy shit, I forgot Gremlins. I just saw that come across there. Fuck me. Home Alone 1 and 2. It's a Wonderful Life. Black Christmas 2019. The Grinch, the 2001 with Jim Carrey. Silent Night. Better Watch Out. Bad Santa. It's a Wonderful Knife. A Christmas Story. The Ref. And Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5. And as you can see, I forgot Gremlins. Fuck. I've already had to readjust this list once because I forgot to put, as I was going through, I got down to 5, my top 5, and I hadn't put It's Wonderful Life on the list yet. It's not in my top 5, so I had to reorganize stuff. What would I even take out? You know what? It's out. It's out. Just fine. I got everything lined up. I'm not changing it. My eggnog. Okay. Like I said, maybe I'll buy more Christmas movies. And I'll readjust the list for next year. I'll do this every year, maybe. Who knows? So, starting out, number 25. The worst of all these, if you can't tell by when I was introducing it, it's Black Christmas 2019. You take the name Black Christmas out of this, it wouldn't even be a Christmas movie. Christmas is barely a factor. Some of these are like that too, but this is an agenda movie to pander to the hopefully very small crowd of people who just want the female empowerment in their movie. There's nothing wrong with female empowerment in a movie. But when you're beating people over the head with it and basically saying fuck men for the entire movie, as a man, this movie is it offends me. Because even when there are good male characters in this movie, they're treated like shit. Because we can't side with men. We have to be anti-men in this film. One of the characters' boyfriends, openly during the film, is yelling out, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. Why are you always on me?" Yeah, why are you on him? He hasn't done anything wrong. And you're yelling at him for no reason. Fuck Chris, okay? She's the stereotypical, I'm going to, not shave my pubes and go out there and be the fucking feminist bullshit character you see in movies. And you hope she's one of the ones that gets shot through the head with an arrow. But no, she shoots people with an arrow. And the climax, fuck the climax, okay? It is told to us blatantly that all of these fraternity guys have been brainwashed. Maybe not all of them, but the only one that gets out is the main character's love interest, who's not really love interest because you can't have that in a feminist movie. But anyway, he gets out and they lock everyone else as in there as the place it continues to be aflame. Not everyone in there was bad, but you are saying that all men are bad and you are locking them up to burn to death for no reason. They were brainwashed. They were not in their right minds throughout this film, at least most of them. The guy that R-worded the main character, Imogen Poots, fuck him, sure. But, there were some people who were just brainwashed. And only non-existent love interest guy gets out. Presumably because when they were writing it, someone goes, no, you can't have all men die, or people are going to get pissed. Well, they got pissed anyway. This is where editing would come into it. I could have paused it, I guess, but anyway, after that rant, number 24 is Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out, or Better Not Fall Asleep. This is boring. It's boring. It's after the garbage day of the second film, which I still contend is the best one, despite all the rehashing of the first one when they just showed the clips. I still maintain it is the better of all five, to be honest. But I digest. This one decides to take a character, Ricky Caldwell, played by Eric Freeman in the last one, notorious now for the garbage day line and over the top characters, and make him blah. You got Bill Moseley, who is great for playing over the top characters. Run, rabbit! Have him do nothing in this. Admittedly, that he hadn't played Otis Driftwood yet, but still, he does nothing. He walks around the whole movie. He barely says anything but Happy New Year, something. He barely speaks in this movie. And then we're following a blind woman who is connected to him somehow. The best part of this movie is you get to see Laura Herring naked. That's it. It's boring otherwise. That out because we'll come back to that. Number 23 is Silent Night, one of my most recent reviews. This movie had a concept that could have worked. It could have worked had they went through with it. It was the execution of this concept did not work. The whole thing is that our main character, I don't remember if he has a name or not. His son gets accidentally killed during a gang fight, and when he tries to take revenge, he gets shot in the throat, which destroys his vocal cords. So now he can no longer talk. So the idea of him going through this movie as a silent killer getting revenge is a pretty good idea. But like I said, in execution, it doesn't work because they decided no one is going to be able to talk. And I don't understand the point of the storyline of him losing his vocal cords if no one else in this movie is going to talk. Other than radio or some TV chatter, you don't hear any real dialogue. And to me, that's where the movie tips down, because you could have done something with this. You know, if you had other characters talking around him, he can't talk. Like, who's the guy that he's working with at one point? What is it? It's Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi. He could have talked, but they don't. No one talks in this movie. I don't know. It's trying to be too artsy fartsy for my liking. You know. Number 22. The worst of this trilogy, Santa Claus 3. I don't hate it, but I feel like by this point, especially from where this trilogy starts, it's been dumbed down and made too kid friendly. I know it's Disney, but it's become too fancy wancy. A movie, the main premise is basically It's a Wonderful Life. One of 3 movies are like that on this. Basically what it is. It's Jack Frost gets a hold of the snow globe and accidentally gets Santa to wish that he was never Santa. So it goes back to the first film, and Jack Frost becomes Santa Claus. And now it's all about merchandising at the North Pole. And now he has to try to get back to being Santa Claus. If they decide to stay to the tone of the first film, which we'll see later on this list, of course, I think it would have worked. But they made it too much kid movie into it. Where it's like, oh, he's just, you know, he doesn't talk to his family anymore. Doesn't talk to Charlie. He's all about business. That is the most obvious way to go. I get that. But they don't go enough into that of how the character is now. They just say that he's all about business, doesn't care about family anymore. He's not like Santa. He doesn't care about family because he didn't become Santa Claus. To care about that and all the other things that are going on. You got Aunt Margaret and the late great Alan Arkin to play the parents of Mrs. Claus. And they don't really do anything with it. They start out with that, and then they're frozen in time, and we do that It's a Wonderful Life thing, which they're not in that part. I don't know. It kind of, either, you know, there's 2 movies here. There's the It's a Wonderful Life, but it's the Santa Claus, or Santa Claus now has to deal with his in-laws. It's like they put 2 scripts together, and there it is, movie. I don't know. It never worked for me. It's not one that I like to go back and rewatch when I go home. I'm already home. Speaking of movies I don't care to rewatch, don't hate on me for this. But number 21 is Bad Santa. Okay? Not a bad movie. Maybe some sandwiches. God damn it, I'm on my goddamn lunch break. There's a lot of funny lines. But this is such a negative movie. It's not something I'm going to be inclined to rewatch over and over again. Rewatch value is not there. It's just not there. It's so negative. Why they made a sequel, I'll never know. But I don't know why it took so long. But just no. It's funny, but it's just so tuned to the negative side of everything that it just, I don't know. It just it never sat well with me. I gave it a positive review if I remember correctly. I don't know, it was a couple years ago, or last year, whatever. But I don't know. It's just not one that I'm gonna go back and rewatch. obviously, I guess I'd watch it over all those. I don't know. Next is number 20, Christmas with the Cranks, which is a movie that in my review I had to defend because other people go on this and they hate. I defend it against some of the people watching it and some of the people in the goddamn movie who are over it. At its core, it's two people whose daughter is going out of the country, won't be there for the holidays, so they decide, fuck it, we're gonna take the Christmas off. And everyone in their goddamn neighborhood decides we are going to terrorize them into, celebrating Christmas. And as much as the happy ending of it all, with Blair coming home and they having to celebrate Christmas, I've always felt that that's more, that it's too pull the rug out from under you type situation where it's like, just let them, like, I felt like this movie should end with them going on the cruise. Because it's almost like they're painting these two characters in a negative light, and all they want to do is go on their cruise. And I've always felt that that's how the movie should have ended. But instead, we have to have a happy, heart-filled ending where Blair comes home, they have to celebrate Christmas anyway, and he gives the tickets to his neighbor whose wife has got cancer. I understand that. But I don't know. These people are so, shitting on the entire film. They deserve that goddamn cruise. I don't know, I'm just saying. Next is number 17. No, number 19. I'm looking at the wrong list. God, I did it again. Number 19. I'm still good. Number 19 is going to be Christmas Bloody Christmas. Or what if Rob Zombie directed a Christmas movie? But it's not really Rob Zombie. The F word every 5 minutes. I don't hate this movie, to be honest. I don't. It had some pretty good kills within it. But it was kind of generic in that it felt like we have the concept of Robot Santa Claus killing people. Cool. How do we fill the rest of the runtime? I don't care. Let's swear, cuss, let's have a sex scene of a dude going down on a chick because Merry Christmas to you. Him, maybe. And just, I don't know. And at that point, that's when it's like, he dies and she's got to be the final girl. And it's like, but they probably should have ended up together because they had that will and what they think. But it's like, oh, it's a horror movie. They had sex. Technically, they didn't, but I don't know. So now he's gonna die? I don't know. And just by the end of this movie, I was just like, can I watch something else now? It's fine. It's fine. Number 18 is the first of these that you'll probably question that it's a Christmas movie, and that is The Ref with Denis Leary. Denis Leary plays this crook who takes this couple hostage. They're very... it's a couple that are on the rocks with their marriage. It's Judy Davis, Kevin Spacey, and they're just yelling at each other the whole time. And then their dysfunctional family shows up, including the late Glynis Johns, who plays the mother-in-law, and just, oh, God, this whole family. I want to, not in real life, but if I'm Denis Leary in this movie, I want to shoot him. Just let me do it. Let me get out of here and go. Yeah. By the end of the movie, it is... The ending does kind of get to be where it's like, oh, they're just gonna accept him as a guy. He's a crook who was holding them hostage, and they're like, no, they're gonna help him escape from the cops because they learned to like the guy, and he kind of helped their marriage a little bit. Okay, sure, fine, but it is a fun movie. I watched it again last night, and it's fun. It's a fun movie. That's just the next one, number 16. It's wonderful. No. Number 17, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. I'm looking at the list. The Toy Maker, starring, I'm looking right at his face. What's his name? Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney, who, by the way, was against the first film because it was having a killer Santa Claus. And Santa Claus doesn't give a... What was he dressed as? Killer Santa Claus. That paycheck was worth it, wasn't it, Mickey? Yeah, this is another one that's campy. That's all how these movies get there. And they were never highbrow to begin with. But what it is these toys are killing people. And it's investigating this toy store. It's around Christmas, so you know. Run by Joe Petto. You know, Geppetto. And his son, Pino. You know, Pinocchio. Turns out that Pino is a animatronic robot person who was the one behind the toys killing people, and he kills his father. And I love you, mommy. I love you. I love you. No. But it's a fun little B-horror movie to watch. So yeah. Now where are we? Number 16. It's a Wonderful Life. Here we are. So it's a horror slasher twist on It's a Wonderful Life. There's a slasher killer, there's an angel topper, and it's revealed to be Justin Long. Spoiler alert for these movies, by the way, I should say. He's killed at the beginning of this movie, but then everything goes to shit, I guess, and the main character, she wishes that she was never been born, so the killer's still out there, and it becomes... the twist reveal that it was her dad worked. And then there's like, oh, I guess I have to kill my dad to go back. And then they're like, no, you still have to kill Justin Long, and now he can hypnotize people somehow. That's where the movie kind of goes, a little bit, and I don't know. It was fun to watch, but it's nothing. Speaking of fun to watch, hopefully I get to do that. Number 15, Better Watch Out. I watched this again last night, and it's fun. It's a twist. And I'm actually not going to spoil this one for you. If you've never seen this, it's a home invasion film with a twist. What it is this kid being babysat like Christmas Eve, and someone invades the house, and then shit starts to hit the fan real quick. It's a fun movie. The twist works very well, and you just get to see the side of these actors you don't think you're going to see, and it's fun. That's all I can do without spoiling. Number 14, The Grinch. I can't do the smile. The Grinch. I call it The Grinch. I guess it's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I've always called it The Grinch. But then there's that new one now, that Benedict Cumberbatch, the Jim Carrey Grinch, where this is a fun movie. I don't rewatch it every year, but I feel like Jim Carrey does a pretty good job. I'm not gonna go through the story because you know the story. It's the Grinch hat. Although they do go into his backstory. I guess if you needed to know that, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. Number 13 is The Santa Claus 2. And growing up, when I was a kid, teenager, whenever this came out, this was my favorite until I got older and became a father, and then that changed. But this now is the Mrs. Claus, which they don't put it on there. They could have... Nowadays, it would be called the Mrs. Claus. Because... Anyway, what it is Santa is now told he has to find a wife. And wouldn't you know it, he falls for his son's principal. And that's basically what it is. It's fun. There's a robot Santa in there. It's always fun when you go back to a movie. And as long as they don't recast the character, bring back the actor, it's fun to see a character grow up over the course of films. The vacation movies notwithstanding, because they cast different kids each time, but it's pretty cool to see the kid grow up. He goes from that little kid, oh, bro, such a ladder, and now he's like a teenager and shit. It's cool. He gets less and less as this franchise goes on. You watch the Santa Clauses, the TV show. They don't completely write him out, but he's got 2 new kids, and it's like, wait, why? He already had one. Bring back Charlie. Sure, the actor might not want to come back, but still, justice for Charlie. And number 12, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4. Now, again, out of all three of these, this is probably the least Christmas one. They do kind of mention it. It's mentioned, but not really, but it's in there. It's pretty much a script called The Initiation, and they turned it into Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. It's directed by Brian Yuzna, which is why it's this high up. I love me some Brian Yuzna, that old son of a bitch. And there's some impressive effects. It is creepy as all hell. The way that it bugs and everything, it works. It just does. Alright. We're getting on the nitty gritty and you're going to see some Christmas classics and some other ones. So, with that in mind, number 11, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. A Christmas classic that's not really a Christmas movie. The last part of the movie is Christmas, but most of it is just telling the story of this guy's life. How he met his wife, fell in love, all that stuff. And then it's 130 minutes. It is kind of long in the tooth, but you do need to know all of this so that when he wishes he wasn't born, everything that changes, you understand. So it's like, oh, he was never born, so his brother died. If I remember correctly, he died, or he's injured, or is he dead? I think he's dead. So that, because he wasn't there to save him, right? Lying in the ice, and there's just, so many other things. And Mary became a spinster for some reason. That one never made any sense, but yeah, it's a Christmas classic. I never watched it that much. I only watched it for the first time a few years ago, but it's a pretty good movie. All right, this one's a little fragile. Must be Italian. Number 10. Now, because I had to reorganize, this became in my top 10. No way, if I was to put a top 10 Christmas movies, would this be in there. But there it is. Especially because Black Christmas would probably be in this list. But anyway, A Christmas Story. And do I even need to say what this movie is? You all know it by now, what this movie is, right? It's this kid, he wants the BB gun or whatever. It'll poke your eye out, kid. And you shoot your eye out, kid. You get the bunny costume. Do I even need to go anymore? It's a great movie. So great, apparently, that they have to put it on 24 hours Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I don't know. I've never gotten that. I've never gotten that. I've seen bits and pieces. When I finally watched it a couple of years ago, wherever it was, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but I don't get why it would, why they need to put it on 24 hours, but yeah. Number 9 is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Like I said, growing up, I would have said The Santa Claus 2 is my favorite. But as I got older and now that I'm a father, this was my favorite of the 3. And it's because, unlike a lot of Disney movies, apparently this was not, it's Hollywood Pictures, technically, but Disney have embraced this as one of their own because they made the sequels. But it's because of that, people don't know that it's not inherently a Disney movie with all the bells and whistles of a Disney movie. The sequels are, but you go into this and it's darker than you think it would be. It's about a single father trying to raise his child, but it's a divorced couple type situation. She's already sort of remarried or seen someone else, and so he's trying to deal with that. And then Santa is introduced, and he becomes Santa. It's this cynical guy who keeps telling his son that Santa doesn't exist when all this stuff in front of him is saying the opposite. And being a father myself, I connect to this film now. Yeah. I lost track of what I was saying. Okay. Number 8 is Jack Frost from 1998. I almost included, so I don't have the first Jack Frost, but I have the second one on a DVD with no cover. It's just in a blank case of Jack Frost 2, Revenge of the Killer Snowman. But I'm like, no, I'm not doing the first one. I shouldn't do that. We're doing this one from 1998. I grew up with this. I had a VHS. I just watched this earlier today, and it still holds up to me. The CGI, maybe not so much. But, again, maybe even more so now as a father who wants to be there for his son, this does hit me in a certain way now. Where it's this father who's just trying to make money for his family, but maybe he cares a little bit too much about this, and he goes into it too much, and then it causes him to miss stuff with his family, and he decides, fuck it, I'm going back to spend time with my family. And wouldn't you know it, even God says, no, you're not, and he dies. He's trying to do the right thing, and he gets dead for it. But before that happened, he gave his son a harmonica, and when he blows on a harmonica, he turns into the snowman. You the man. Nope, I'm the snowman. And, yeah, and I'll admit it, Michael Keaton singing not the best, but I do like those songs. Don't lose your faith in me, baby. Yeah. Frosty the Snowman. I love this movie, man, so... Before I get to this next one, I need to ask you to put that cookie down now. That's right. Number 7 is Jingle All the Way. I need to get a different case for this. Look at that. Look at that shit. It's peeling off. Yes. Do I need to mention what this one is? Again, the father trying to please his son type situation. Maybe I have a type. I don't know. But this has always been one of my favorites. And you just want to punch Phil Hartman in the face. God bless his soul. But he's trying to mag on the wife while the husband's out there fighting against Sinbad of all people. Hashtag Shazam's not a real movie. But I don't know if that is even a hashtag. But and then the son is Jake Lloyd. Are you an angel? No. Shut up. You ruined Star Wars. Kinda. I don't know. It started to ruin it now. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. It's in my top 10, obviously, for that. But yeah, just Turbo Man. I have a Turbo Man. I should put Turbo Man up. He's in a closet somewhere, but yeah. So when I was coming up with this, I realized I was so close with these movies that they're kind of interchangeable. But I'm gonna do Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Yeah, I didn't do any of the other ones. Not Home Alone 3 or 4 or 5. Just the first two. Those are the ones that I like to watch. So this is number 11. Or no, this is number 6. And Home Alone is number 5. They're interchangeable, but I do like the first one a little bit better than the second one, even though we had the brick thing in here. Again, do I even need to say what it is? It's this kid, he gets left home alone twice, and then I do get the idea of, besides Macaulay Culkin aging out of acting at that point, moving on to different kids, because how many times can this one kid get left home alone? I'm just saying. But these are classics, no doubt about it. I hate to say that about 90s movies are classics, but they're good. All right. So now we're in the top 5. We're number 4. Number 4 is Christmas Vacation. Yes. So this is a movie that was on my grandparents' watch list. Every year they'd have to watch this at least once. I just watched this before doing this video. And it still holds up. You know, probably because of Chevy Chase's acting in this is just fantastic. I was watching the scene where Eddie? And then you go on, Eddie's talking, he's just like, Eddie? He's baffled by it. You know, he's just trying to have this perfect family Christmas. And It all goes to hell, basically. It's the only one that's not really a vacation because they don't go anywhere. But what are you going to call it? There's not Christmas? I guess you could, but... Yeah. Number 33. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Yes, it's a Christmas movie. It starts off with Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah, that song, whatever. It's a Christmas movie. I'm going to pop this in as soon as I'm done with this video. But it is. It's a girl. It's basically Born Identity on Christmas. Woman, she has amnesia. And she wakes up not knowing anything and she's pregnant. And she's married, she's having this family, and people start coming after her because they see her on TV. And Samuel L. Jackson has to help her out. Turns out she's an assassin, and they're trying to kill her to keep her quiet. And, yeah, it's a great action flick, great for Christmas. I watch it every year. It's a Christmas movie. Now, I thought about putting Lethal Weapon in here, but, you know, I don't know. I just didn't think it fit. Same thing with, there was Violent Night. I couldn't figure a way to squeeze it in here. And then, of course, Gremlins, I forgot. But anyway, I did with my nose again because it's bugging me. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Yes, I do got a bit of a cold. Thank you, Brandon. I'm powering through it. All right. So my 1 and 2. Probably obvious if you know me. But also, if I was ranking pure Christmas movies, 100% just based on the holiday, Christmas, number 2 would be number 1. But because I like to do the alternate, take the alternate route and be like, the alternative route and put these action movies in there and everything, it's number 2. So, spoiler alert for what number 1 is, I guess. Number 2 is Scrooged, my favorite telling of a Christmas carol. Second, of course, is A Muppets Christmas Carol, which I'm hoping to do next year. I'll try to work on that and start purchasing stuff throughout next year to set it up. But anyway, he plays a business mogul named Frank Cross, who is this big guy in television, but he's lost his way, so his former partner shows up and tells him 3 ghosts are going to visit him. And they're not the typical ghosts. Before you got Carol Kane, who's always punching him in the face. Which is the present. You've got Merry Christmas, Frankie Angel. Ghost of Christmas Past, played by the Is That You? Santa Claus guy. And then the Ghost of Christmas Future. Or Christmas Yet to Come. They always switch that around. It's a great film, and I love to watch it every year. I'm going to watch it later today. But you guys know me. Number 1, which is absolutely 100% a Christmas movie. Shut the hell up about it every year. People arguing. Oh, we actually need not a Christmas movie because Christmas is not the main thing. He's only going to the Christmas party. Yeah, but it's a man reconnecting with his family on Christmas. And he's going to visit his wife so he can reconnect. Right? Right. The Christmas part doesn't happen. He doesn't go to LA to visit her. Bada boom, there's no movie. Christmas movie. Die Hard, bitch. That's right. It's Die Hard. I couldn't find my single one. It's probably in there somewhere. I thought I had it in the Christmas box, but I guess not. Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie, okay? Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho. Christmas music playing throughout. Christmas party. Christmas atmosphere. It's a Christmas movie. Shut the hell up. At this point, I am convinced people are only saying it's not to piss off the other people who believe that it is. Because at this point, it's got to be just for trolling. At this point, these people come out of the woodwork every year to go, just to piss people off. It is 100% a Christmas movie. And the latest argument I've gotten, fuck you, by the way, who said this to me. It came out in July, not a Christmas movie. You know what other movie came out in July? Halloween H2O. Is that not a Halloween movie? Absolutely. And you can also argue, oh, but actually Halloween's in the title, so of course it's a Halloween movie. Bitch, who cares? I don't care when it came out. It's a Christmas movie. No way, no other way, no way you, any way you look at it is what I'm trying to say. It's a Christmas movie. Okay? So to all you who's saying it's not, shut up. I'm trying to be as nice as I can with this. And not swear. This is Christmas. Eggnog good. So there you have it. You guys knew what number one was going to be when it came in here. So you stayed for the whole video. You knew what was going to happen. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on my ranking? I'm going to come slow. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.